Today I will be showing you how to download Iteration 3.2 Minecraft shaders for Java Edition. Okay, so to start, you're going to want to go to your browser and search up IterationT. Then you're going to want to go to this first link from CurseForge. It should be curseforge.com. And then you're going to go Files. Then click the three dots and press download file. Give it a second to download. In the top right corner, click on this little downloads button and click on the folder and just keep this folder open. Then we're going to want to head into Minecraft with Sodium and Iris installed, and I'd recommend also installing Distant Horizons, but it's not necessary. Okay, once you're in Minecraft, also I have Essential installed, just ignore that. So once you're in Minecraft, press single player and load up a world. Once you're in, you can go Options, Video Settings, Shader Packs. There we can go. Open shader pack folder, and then also open that folder you opened earlier and drag and drop it in. Just press apply. Just give it a second. Okay, there we go. As you see, now we have IterationT 3.2 shaders installed with Distant Horizons. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see this far. This is why I highly recommend it, because 3.0, the last popular version, I don't know if there's a 3.1, but the last version I've used, there wasn't Distant Horizon support, so I definitely recommend using it now that there is. Anyways, now I'll get into my preferred settings for this shader, because I like the just default look, but I like to tweak a few things. But feel free to tweak the settings on your own. Definitely look at them, because there's a few settings I didn't mess around with, but I messed around with most of them. So okay, so my preferred settings for this shader, so if you want, you can just press O to go straight into the shader menu. Well, that's the default keybind. You go shader pack settings, set the profile to high. First we're going to want to go into lighting, light source. We're going to want to set the sun path rotation to -15 degrees. This doesn't really matter what you do it, but it just makes this, it changes the angle of the sun in the sky. I like to set the sunlight intensity to 0.9, the night brightness to 0.0001, and then apply. Then go back, and then held light source setting, held light mode torch. I like to set the brightness to 0.7, and that's all I'd really change here. That's mostly nice. And then you can leave shadow, GI, and AO setting alone. You can of course tweak with these if you want. We're gonna go back here, and before I forget, I'd recommend disabling the title. It's just really annoying having it pop up every time you use the settings. So then you're going to want to go texture, water and weather. You're going to want to set, I like to set the wave scale to 0.08. 1.8, the wave height to 1.4, raindrop visibility to raindrop visibility 2, sorry, not 1.2, and rainy shade to 0.9. Okay, that's what you need here, so you can apply. And I go back, and I like to go sky texture setting. I like to keep it on dots. All I change here is moon texture off. And now you can come to volumetric effects. You can go plain cloud. You can go volumetric clouds. Clear setting. I like to set the altitude to 650, but if you like to set it lower, that's cool. I would love to set it like 200 to like maybe 250, but the lowest it can go with the shader is 300, which is like almost like world height. So if it's not like at the top of mountains, I'd rather just have it high. So that's why I like to set 650. Honestly, it's your preference though. And then I like to set the coverage to 0.34. And then that's all I like for the clear setting. And then for the rain setting, set the altitude to 350, thickness to 1000, coverage to 1.2, and sunlight strength to 0.2. Then if we come in here, I like to set the cloud speed to 1.5. It's just going to change how fast they move along the sky, so basically wind speed. You can set it all the way up to like 100. As you can see, that's pretty like ridiculous, so I prefer 1.5. If we come back and we go miscellaneous, go nether fog density. If you go into the nether, it's actually really dense there and really hard to see more than like 50 blocks ahead of you, so I definitely set that like 0.5. Then if we come over to out of here and go to post processing, motion blur off. I just don't like it on the shader. Then we can go bloom, nether and boom boost, like bloom boost, sorry. We go 0.5, and that's just about everything I like to change about this shader. The Perkinje effect is pretty neat. Makes it the lighting in case more realistic. So if like we go down in here, we like dig into the cave. So the colors are pretty accurate right now. Let's get it like redstone block. But if we were to turn that on, it makes it more realistic, because in real life, in low light settings, everything appears like more blue and like gray. So if we apply this, it looks more realistic, where it's like more gray and not as red. You can turn it on, but you don't have to. I don't like it. I'm gonna show you what these settings look like now.